What's up, guys? Will Freeman, RevolutionaryLifestyleDesign.com, coming to you today to talk about how to define your mission. And as you know, if you read my site and watch my videos, mission is your #1 priority in life. And if you've read my article, Every Man Needs a Mission, you know the mental strategies behind developing a mission. But until today, you don't know the practical strategies to develop that mission and to develop a mission that's tailored for you. Okay, most guys are still dreaming. Okay, most guys are asleep, and they're asleep because they're not in tune with reality. If you want to bring that dream to life, it needs to become a mission. Missions are hard. Okay, whatever you've done in the past, it doesn't matter. Okay, no matter how many times you failed, what you did or didn't do last year doesn't matter, because today is a new beginning. This is the best day of the year. January 1st means you can be whatever you want this year. Okay, you can make it happen. And I'm not going to sell you on a bullshit dream. Okay, if you want to read success porn and motivational quotes, go somewhere else, because today I'm just going to give you the reality and what it takes to make things happen in the real world. And in the real world, you need a mission. Okay, and there's only 5 things you need to do to figure out your mission. Okay, it's define, deduce, dedicate, deadline, and do. Okay, number 1, define. To define your mission, you have to ask yourself 3 questions. What do you want to achieve in life? Where do you see yourself a decade from now? And what's going to motivate you for the next 20 years? Okay, so ultimately your mission is to solve the most pain points in your life, and for most of you guys that's going to be money. Okay, money is going to be the biggest pain point, and not having money is going to be the most painful thing in your life. Not only does solving that pain point give you the ability to have financial security, but your health, women, happiness, quality of life, money solves or greatly enhances all other areas of your life. Okay, as I talked about in the priorities and goals video and article, money is the most relevant and best focus for your mission, because like it or not, the world revolves around money, and if you don't have it, all the other goals that you want are going to be near impossible. Okay, you want world travel, it's not going to happen. All these things that you want, you need money for. And making a certain amount of money is going to give you that vision, and it's going to give you that motivation. Okay, but it's not all about money. You need to gauge how important other factors are to you. For example, owning your own time, not having employees, being location independent. Those are massively important to me, which is why I started a business that's location independent, and that I don't have to talk to clients, and I don't have to manage anybody. Okay, I chose less money up front because those factors were more important to me. For most of you guys, I'm going to recommend a sales-based service business. Read the article on that, how to start a business that doesn't fail, or the video. That's going to be the most consistent for most guys, but ultimately you need to know how much money you want to make, how important the other factors are, and you need to do a thorough estimate of what it is you really want. Okay, can you live the life you want on $250,000 a year, or do you need that $100 million? Okay, if you do that inventory, most of the time you're going to find that you can have the things you want for $250,000, $300,000, maybe even $100,000. You don't need that yacht. You don't need 10 houses. You don't need 15 cars in your garage. But ultimately, it's up to you. I can't define it for you, but you have to put some real thought into defining exactly how your mission's going to look and what it's going to look like 10 years from now. Number 2, deduce. So to get what you want, you need to analyze the guys who already have it. Okay, this is the reality check. You need to apply deductive reasoning to what they have and whether that is attainable for you. Okay, you want to be Mr. Olympia, you need the insane genetics, dedication, and a ton of drugs. You want to be a pro ball player, you need to be 6'5", you need to have an insane work ethic, and you need to be top 10 in your state already. Okay, you want to be a billionaire, you need an IQ of 160, you need connections, you need 15-hour work days, and you should probably already have $10 million in the bank. That's a good start. What it all boils down to at the end of the day is that the most exceptional people often have advantages that you don't, whether it's IQ, whether it's height, whether it's looks, whether it's connections, whether it's wealthy parents, any number of inherited advantages that you're not going to have. So you need to deduce whether you're capable of succeeding in your chosen field, and the greater and larger your goal is, the less likely your chances of success, and the more likely that success relies on one of those inherited advantages. Facebook could not have been built if Mark Zuckerberg was not a genius, and he was born with that IQ. Okay, now this is something where you really need to take a realistic look, but this is where most guys fuck up. They either aim too high or they aim too low. They either say I'm going to be a billionaire, or they say I can't do anything and I'm just going to work a job because it's impossible to start a business. But you need to manage those two, and you need to find the balance of where you fit in, what your marketable skills are, and what a realistic goal is. Okay, but aim at the high end of realistic. I don't want you to be too much in the box, but I don't want you to be too much outside of the box. Okay, you need to get in where you fit in, and there's a reason I'm not pursuing a career as a scientist or a mathematician, because that would be impossible. In 10 lifetimes I couldn't do it. Dating and fitness and all the things on RLD, this is stuff where I have an unfair competitive advantage, and that's what you need. Okay, you need to redefine your mission until you're in a niche where you have an unfair competitive advantage, where you put your inherited advantages and your work ethic to a point where it's unfair for other people. That's where you're going to be successful. Okay. Number 3, dedicate. So without dedication, all your inherited advantages and your natural talent are worthless. Dedication needs to be a foundational core trait of your character. Okay, I'm dedicated, and that is a huge point of pride for me, that I don't give up, that I never stop, that I can take more than other guys, and that I attack things with single-minded focus. And I've had this since I was a kid, and that needs to be a core part of your personality, so that you're able to deal with the inevitable challenges that are going to come up and not quit because things get hard. Okay, instead, when things get hard, you think this is where other guys are going to quit, so I'm going to keep going because I am better than them and I'm more dedicated than them. If that sounds arrogant, it is, but you have to think that you're better than other people if you want to have more success than them. You can't accidentally have success. Okay, and you can't succeed without major sacrifices, because success is expensive. My mission cost me my home country, my social life, my anonymity, and the acceptance of society. At the end of the day, the majority of people who look at my site are going to think I'm a scumbag or a misogynist or any number of things, and I'm okay with that because I've accepted that as a cost of doing business. Felix Dennis, the guy who wrote How to Get Rich, he published Maxim magazine. He made $100 million. Cost him his health, his family, and his sanity. This guy developed a crack cocaine addiction because the stress of his job was so high and working 15-hour days. Okay, Joseph Stalin, his mission cost the world 60 million lives. This guy was willing to kill 60 million people to make communism a success. All right, now I'm not telling you to do any of those things, but I'm telling you that you have to understand your mission is going to cost you things, and you have to ask yourself, how much does your mission cost? Okay, how many 15-hour days are you willing to work? How many relationships are you willing to sacrifice? How many laws are you willing to break? How much pressure can you take? How many breakdowns can you recover from? Dedication means doing whatever it takes. Okay, and you have to gauge how much your mission is going to take out of you. You really have to picture what the day-to-day life of your mission is going to be. If you're aiming for $100 million, you got to picture day-to-day life of those 15-hour work days and of trying to get clients and knocking down doors and trying to get investors and pitching loan manager after loan manager after venture venture capitalist for years on end, okay? Doing whatever it takes. And if you're not willing to do whatever it takes for your mission to succeed, you have to go back to step number 1 again and redefine your mission, okay? It's very, very important that you picture your mission as realistically as possible so that you know whether it's something that you're going to be capable of and whether you have the dedication to make that happen. Otherwise, you have to go back to step number 1 and find a mission that's more suited to your temperament. Okay. Number 4, deadline. So a dream without a deadline is worthless. A dream with a deadline is a mission. And to develop that mission, you need a timeline. And a good deadline is a decade from now. So where's your mission going to be a decade from now? What is the concrete goal that you're going to achieve? Is it $1 million in the bank? Is it touching 5,000 lives? Is it building a company with X amount of revenues? What are you going to achieve 10 years from now? And you need to have that deadline in stone, okay? You need to write it down, and it needs to be part of what you're doing in 2016. Your goal for 2016 needs to be attached to that mission that's going to be accomplished 10 years from now, okay? And finally, number 5 is do. This is the final step, and simply to take action, okay? You're going to write down your mission statement, you're going to set your deadline, and you're going to set your goal for this year that's going to help you achieve your mission. Every year you're going to set one goal for your mission that's going to get you where you want to be 10 years from now, okay? 10 years from now, you want $1 million in the bank. This year, it's going to be 40,000. Next year, it's going to be 70,000. Year after that, it's going to be 100,000, okay? You need to take action, okay? This is the most important step. It's 2016, okay? You need to make it happen this year. Whatever happened last year, what you did do or didn't do, doesn't matter. If you don't have a mission or you're not sure of your mission, you need to go through these steps carefully, okay? You really need to take your time on them and make it happen, okay? Define, deduce, dedicate, deadline, and do, okay? Make it happen this year, guys. 2016 is going to be your year, okay? As always, thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best in the new year.